I did tell y'all I had administered a lot of shots to puppies today, and I told y'all that I started my bloodline with my own dogs, and I did tell y'all I have a 1 year anniversary coming up for being free. But the reason I'm on here is because I wanted to give y'all a little of what y'all been requesting, because I know y'all didn't request to hear about my dogs and things of that nature. But I was just telling y'all, cause I got some puppies for Christmas, some bad babies. You hear me? But y'all will be the judge of that, because I know if you know something about some dogs, you know what good dogs look like. All I can do is show you the dogs. Hey, puppies. But at the end of the day, her Emerald and Blue's puppies. Emerald is my girl. Blue is my big brother, Chris. Y'all, he not my big brother for real, but he my big brother. Look at that camera, babies. This is the purple line. This is what me and Chris Robertson done. You know, we had two beautiful dogs, and we knew we had two beautiful dogs. No kisses, punk. And these are two males. These are the two males that we gonna keep. You know, these ain't for sale. But if you a serious dog breeder, see, this for dog breeders. This ain't for nobody else. But I'm gonna give y'all a story because somebody asked me on Messenger. He said, Malcolm, tell me why you and Tyrone Cotton was so cool. And he was one of the dudes that I had really told about the situation with me and Tyrone Cotton. So Tyrone Cotton, we not talking about the senior, we talking about the junior. But his name is not Tyrone Cotton, his name is Tyrone Carter. And he was one of the only dudes in prison that I can say that was not from my city, that was not from my era. You know, what we did, can say he was my friend. That was my friend. So when he asked me why, and I told him, he was like, damn, that's deep, Malcolm, because y'all niggas was on two different sides of the fence. But you got to realize one thing. Real dudes hook up because they real dudes. But I told that dude, man, the reason why I was so fond of this guy and I befriended him, because he was a little bitty nigga like me, and he wasn't afraid of them niggas in that fucking cage. He didn't fear no nigga. He told a nigga what he believed in. He told a nigga who his daddy was and how his daddy raised him. You hear me? And it was the craziest thing ever, because this nigga daddy, for like about 9 months, lived in the same dorm with us. And nigga, we did 400 push-ups, 400 sit-ups, 400 squats, and ran in place or jogged in place for 30 minutes before we go eat breakfast. So This was after we became friends. On Ferguson, we became friends in 1992. And this the crazy part. This the crazy part. In 1993, when we got to Telford Unit, because in 1992, when I met the guy, this is how I really became fond of him. He was a little nigga like me. So when I say a little nigga, I'm talking about 140. Size, you know, when we in penitentiary, size is everything. Cause half of them hoe ass niggas that's 200 pounds ain't never did no real fighting. Really. Cause when I became 200 pounds, a nigga didn't want to fuck with me. Cause I was a monster. But at 146, a lot of niggas fuck with me and a lot of niggas got a lot of disappointments. Okay. Anyway, like I said, I was on a motherfucking wreck. Yo, excuse me. Because I know kids won't see this shit. I was on a rec yard. And it was a big homie on the rec yard. He wasn't my big homie, but he was a big homie all the same. But he said, damn, cuz, that nigga done beat up by 5 little Crip niggas. Get at that nigga, Lil Malcolm. I said, cuz, you a big homie, but you not my big homie. That's my partner. I took a liking to that nigga before we came to this rec yard, and he did what he did to these Crip niggas. Even though he on the other side, I respect him that much more because he told me 2 things. He told me it was a blood, and he told me my daddy supposed to have been a professional boxer, but a lot of obstacles that us go through got in his way. But my daddy thrashed me every day and put me in the gloves every day since I was knee high to a rooster. So the only thing I know how to do is fight back, Malcolm. And I'm looking at this a little nigga. I'm a little nigga. But he littler than me. And he got 2 motherfucking rabbit goals. Excuse me. I'm sorry. He got 2 rabbit goals in the front of his mouth. So this is why I like him, because he like me. His smile charm people. His persona fools people because he's humble. Because he know I'm comfortable. I'm confident. You hear me? I don't need no gun to be no man. He knew that already. You know, that was some shit I had to figure out myself. Excuse me again. But I said that to say the truth. At the end of the day, the little dude was a confident man. So it was a guy on that unit, Ferguson. You know, the boys that was on Ferguson, they know what I'm talking about and who I'm talking about. But we ain't gonna call no names. But this is why a dude asked me why me and my brother was so cool, and I had to tell him because he a dude that means something to me. But I told him, I ain't gonna tell you, I'm gonna tell my people, because my people want to know the same stuff. This is stuff my people want to know. So, but anyway, he said, man, at the end of the day, I don't fight because I know how to fight. I fight because niggas make me fight. And like I said, because I was a small guy and I understood that I've been through that. I understood that I was there before he was there. I was there in February. He probably was there in the summertime in June and July. But I was there in February. So I already went through that. So when the dude told me pull up on the window And he said, bro, this nigga sent the SSI to get my tennis shoes out of my cell. He gave them jokers $90 worth of commissary to come take my shoe, steal my shoe from me. I seen that Negro walking down the hallway in my shoes. But my little bro was in B block. But brother know where he was, but he wasn't scared of this guy because he was just a lion cub. This nigga's a whole lion I'm talking about. So he wasn't afraid of the lion cub. Hell, you ain't even prove yourself in the penitentiary. You can survive, less known. Keep your tennis shoes, nigga. I just sent a nigga to steal them. That's how he felt. But Tyrone felt a whole nother way. He felt like, shit, nigga. Do you know who my daddy is? You know that nigga told me that. He told me that for a week before he showed me that. So, I ain't never seen a nigga go to fisticuff. You know, I got 9 big brothers. If you know, I'm the baby brother. I got 9 big brothers. I got 2 big sisters. Both of them girls is over 6 feet. Guess what? I'm the littlest motherfucker in the house. My ass get kicked every day. Excuse me, people. But I said that to say the truth. This little dude was the big brother of some motherfucking monsters. Because when I met that nigga little brothers, every last one of them motherfuckers was 6'2". He was the only one that was 5'6", 5'7". You hear me? All the rest of them jokers was 220, 235, 6'2". But we met it. We all met in the penitentiary, so that was what it was. But I said that to say this here. Man, I told my brother, I say, bro, me and that dude stopped probably one of the biggest Crippin' Blood riots in the penitentiary because we was at a point. Now, we wasn't at a point. I was at a point where I was so mad at a joker for being disrespectful. I told him, I said, say, look out, bro. When this situation is over, I'm going to kill your homeboy. And because you know how serious I am when I say that, he said, Malcolm, don't do that. Because it ain't nothing them little niggas can do that we can't fix. We've been here since 1992. These niggas been here since 2000. And it was probably like 2005. But anyway, I told bro, I say, this is why me and Tyrone was such good friends. Because we were 2 little niggas that believed in one thing, standing up for ourselves. In 1993, we got to the, it was a terror unit then. We call it the Terror Dome. But you know, since that time, when they put the death row inmates over there, the dude, Terrell, told him he don't want his name associated with that. So they turned it into the Pulaski unit. So we was on that unit, but that unit was a whole nother unit. It was a young nigga gladiator unit. We was on that Mojoker. And we was trying to see who had the best hands. You know, at that time, it was about who had the best hands. So, and you know, me and Tyrone was the same side before I went to SEG for my murder case in prison. So I always want to fight Tyrone, but that was my partner. When you got a real partner, you hear me? Regardless to whatever the situation is, if he your partner, you ain't gonna cross that line, you hear me? You hear me? Even though you a lion, you hear me? Because I know this brother's a lion, you hear me? But get what? So many times our homeboys got into it. And it always added up to, when the lines cross, scrub, major league, top. It always came down there to me and Tyrone. But we ain't never fight. But I used to always want to kick Tyrone ass. I used to tell him, cuz, I want to kick your motherfucking ass. He used to tell me all the time, say, blood, you can't whoop me. But we were little scrubs. So when I gained 100 pounds in the penitentiary and became 240 pounds, ain't no way I can cross that line with my little homie. This is my little homie. I love this nigga to death. You hear me? E-Die love. You hear me? That's the first nigga I seen knock a nigga out and put his hands in the air and say, and look around and find me in the crowd and say, Malcolm. In 1990, you hear me? He was about 16 years old. He say, nigga, that's how I got these motherfucking goals in my mouth. And my man robbing motherfucker throwed his hands in there and say, E-Die love, drop out, bitch. I say that what he used to say when he robbed people. So, we were kids in the penitentiary, so that shit was really, really funny. But that what he did. When he knocked this nigga out one day, he turned around and said that, Malcolm, when I first learned how to rob a nigga, that's what the nigga told me. He said, when you run up on a nigga, you tell him, drop out, bitch. And if he know what's going on, he gonna drop out. So, the nigga Tyrone told me that story. I laughed like a motherfucker. But anyway, man, the nigga say, why y'all friends? Because, my nigga, we was on Ferguson. This is 1992 when the penitentiary was a penitentiary. Really wasn't no whole bunch of, man, I can't lie. It probably was 12 bloods on that whole unit out of 2,000 motherfuckers. Him, Key Man, nigga, I can name them niggas. I can pull out my motherfucking memory really for real and name them niggas that was on that bitch that was bloods. But it was about 75 Crips and about 500 wannabe Crips. So get what? Them blood niggas had a whole bunch of drama coming at them. But the little nigga never fold, never bend, never broke, never shook. One day we on the rec yard, like after we had became partners, we had been, throwing the deuce at each other, gnawing at each other for 2-3 weeks, 21 days. 21 days in penitentiary a long time, you hear me? Because our time stand still because we ain't got no entertainment besides fighting, football, basketball, sports. If it ain't sports, that's the only thing that's on that TV that's going to be entertainment. Other than that, it's going to be us entertaining us. So that's basically what it was. So, about 21 days, me and bro finally ran across each other. We on rec yard. So it's a big homie on, like I said, it's a big homie on that motherfucker that told me, hey, Malcolm, get at that nigga. But I'm like, bro, that's my partner. He say, nigga, that nigga fuck nigga. But he say he was a flood. Nigga, that nigga a flood, cuz. I'm like, nah, this is my partner, bro. But this the crazy thing. He was on that rec yard, and the nigga that was the big homie put about 8 niggas on that nigga. Nigga didn't get a scar on him, a scratch on him. And he bled by 5 Crip niggas and stopped the other 3. So, cuz was telling me to get at the nigga, but I'm like, cuz it's my partner, bro. Me and that nigga really we bonded because we had something in common. Nigga, every time we could stop in the hall and talk to each other and not get our motherfucking ass chewed out by them white folk, we stopped. Pill Wonder, Child, whenever we seen each other, we stopped and we hollered at each other. You hear me? Because we had 2 things in common. We were stand-up niggas and we were handsome. You hear me? And we had a whole bunch of hating ass niggas that didn't want a woman to speak to us because we were young and handsome. You got to realize we young and handsome and fresh faces on the unit. And all them women want to know, Why are you in prison? You don't look like you even deserve to be here. And I used to tell him all the time I deserve to be here. Because I did a whole bunch of fucked up shit. But I said that to say the truth. Me and that boy was such good friends. That nigga that I denied a big homie, and I ain't never denied a big homie at that to that day right there. You hear me? But man, that nigga kicked them Crip niggas' ass. And the whole time, that nigga was bouncing and talking shit and beating them niggas' ass. And I was mad at them motherfucker. I was so mad. I said, I want to kick this whole ass nigga ass so bad. I say, I want to kick this nigga ass, but I don't know if I can whoop this nigga for real. And me and your eyes, telling the truth, I don't know if I can whoop this nigga, but I will fight the shit out that nigga. But guess what? He thrashed them niggas' ass. You hear me? When I say thrash them, I mean thrash them niggas' ass convincingly. And get what? At the end of the day, everybody knew on the whole unit what that little nigga name was. You hear me? And the crazy thing was, it's a nigga sent a nigga to steal that nigga's shoes. You hear me? And he was a lion on the unit. He was one of the niggas you know for a fact. You ain't want to cross this nigga, get into it with this nigga, because you were going to get your motherfucking ass towed up damn near 85% chance. You hear me? If you got in front of him, if the bodyguards let you get in front of him, 85% chance you going to get your ass towed up. Hey, man. Lil' bro went down there to that wing where that nigga live, knocked that nigga out, took his shoes off his feet, tied them together, threw them around his neck. At chow time, he walked down the hall, paraded from one end of the penitentiary to the other with them motherfucking brown, goddamn me, 1990 Air Max around his goddamn neck. Or it was Huaraches, some old stupid ass shit like this, some new shit. You know, to me, I've been in penitentiary, or I've been incarcerated since 91. Nick came in penitentiary 92. So whatever the newest shoes was, them motherfuckers was brown. And I said to myself, ugly ass motherfucker, but get what? He gave that nigga hell and hot water for the motherfucking shoes, because they was heels, nigga. I came to the penitentiary with a pair of the Jordans that came out in 1991 with the 23 on them bitches. They was red, white, and black. They was all red, all white with the red tongue on them motherfucker, with the black, all that other shit on them hoes. Then I went to the penitentiary with them hoes. My nigga, you know how many fights I had behind them hoe ass shoes? Enough to make a nigga don't want to wear tennis shoes. But I said that to say this here. When I seen that nigga walk down that hall with them shoes around his neck, and they said he knocked the nigga out that they say he knocked out, get what I know? That nigga what I am, he a fucking lion. And that what these is. Personal shit. The Purple Lion, man. If y'all don't know and y'all ain't interested, y'all need to find a motherfucker that's interested and tell him, get to the Purple Line.